Elliot, what I'd really like to talk about is what candidate trends and client trends have been like in the last quarter. So, from your perspective, what have you seen on the candidate side?
I guess kind of three or four key things really. Number one is obviously, salary, salary and benefits. I think, obviously with cost of living and inflation, around 9-10% plus, candidates are seriously starting to look at salary for them, but also benefits as well. I think,
Yeah.
it's not just about the salary or obviously stress how important that is, but then also it's all of the kind of softer things as well that surround that. And, because that says a lot about a company that you're, moving to and the kind of
Mm,
benefits that they offer. One of the key ones, to consider is hybrid working
yeah.
and flexibility. Coming out of COVID, hybrid working is still there. I can't see it going anywhere. There's not many candidates that I speak to, actually happy to be in the office 5 days a week. Really
Yeah.
do kind of want maybe 3 days in the office a week and 2 days at home. Especially people that
Hmm.
have children, having that flexibility for childcare as well is so important.
No,
And
I
then job
agree.
location, people wanting to cut down on travel costs and their commuting bills, of course. Yeah, I think people are looking for places that are maybe closer to home as well. On the flip side, if they do only have to be in the office 2 days a week, maybe commuting from West London to East London might be more feasible for people. So, you do kind of have
Absolutely.
that opposite effect. And then also just being flexible money wise, if a role's remote, candidates are quite happy to maybe accept less of a salary. What about yourself on the client side? What trends are you seeing?
I'm definitely seeing that some clients have been forced to review and increase salary bandings just in order to attract good talent. We've also seen that clients are having to review their standard working arrangements in order to accommodate hybrid working and flexibility. I would say, finally, another key trend that I've noticed is that clients have been conducting more in person interviews, which I think is really great. Moving forward to next year, what do you expect to see for candidates in 2023?
I think just moving and changing jobs for the right salary and paycheck,
Mm,
really. I think, there are, people that are in jobs where their current employer might not review their salary as frequently as they would like or aren't keeping up, with cost of living. So I think more people will be moving for that.
yeah,
And then just hybrid working continuing to be a key factor. I think, as I said before, I can't see that going away. And I think
no.
employers need to, acknowledge that. How
Hmm.
about you?
Touching on what you said about the hybrid working arrangements, I think that clients are going to be at such a disadvantage if they don't adopt a hybrid working model. I'm kind of expecting clients to really formalize their hybrid working arrangements for candidates. And I'm also expecting there to be more face to face interviews. I also think that clients are going to have to really review their benefits in order to attract and retain staff. I think things like travel allowances, obviously bonuses, even meal allowances, those kind of things can really help to retain employees. Clients might have to offer higher salaries if they're expecting people to work in the office full time. We'll also see a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion over the next year as well. If we're thinking about candidates and the job market next year, what would be your advice to any candidates looking to change role?
Definitely insist on at least one face-to-face interview for sure.
I
You
agree.
know, culture and environment is obviously so important, and the people that you work with day to day are obviously kind of key in whether a role is going to be a success for you or not. And then also just seeing the environment that you will be working
Yeah.
in will help you try and establish whether it's somewhere that's right for you. And it also
Yeah.
helps you out try and figure out your commute and whether that's something that's doable day to day. Do your research and due diligence before accepting a role. Look at your
Yeah.
package as a whole. Don't just look at the actual base salary, but then also
Yeah.
look at all of the soft benefits and the other things that surround your salary
Mhm.
because they obviously have a value as well. Yeah. What about advice for employers? Going into the new year.
I think they're going to have to make really competitive offers for candidates that they want to recruit. I know we did that salary survey quite recently, and according to the research that we did, salary was actually the most important factor in attracting candidates to their current roles. And as we know, the work-life balance has become increasingly more important to job seekers. So I do think employers are going to have to adopt a hybrid working model. And it will also mean if they do adopt a hybrid working model, they will hopefully generate more interest from job seekers, because I think some employers will really struggle to fill full-time office-based roles. And I would also advise employers to conduct in-person interviews rather than online ones, because I think face-to-face interviews are so much more revealing. And therefore, employers might be able to eliminate recruitment errors. I mean, I think it's going to be a very interesting year. And I look forward to seeing, what's going to happen.